My goal as governor is to rebuild California, rebuild our economy, our roads, our healthcare system, and our schools. But a broken system in Sacramento stands in the way, a system rigged to benefit big government labor unions who would do anything to preserve the status quo. 4 measures on a ballot will change the way Sacramento does business, get our budget under control, and make the system more accountable to you. Help me change Sacramento so we can rebuild California.
Legislature? Ha! Ha! I would... They're a bunch of... Well, never mind.
Legislators draw their own districts, so they can't lose.
I wouldn't give you 2 cents for the whole bunch of them.
Proposition 77 has independent judges draw district lines, not the politicians.
They rig the election. They rig everything. And what do you get for it? Nothing. All they do is money, money, money.
Stop the politicians. Yes on 77.
I'm a Democrat, and I support Prop 76 because it protects education funding. The Nonpartisan Taxpayers Association endorsed 76, saying it will increase funding available to school districts. Yes on 76. It's good for our classrooms and our kids.
The big government labor unions like Sacramento just the way it is. I'm out to change the system, so I'm not very popular with them. So when you see the attack ads, remember where they're coming from. Help me change Sacramento so we can rebuild California.
You know, the special election is more important than I thought. Making new teachers work successfully for 5 years before they get tenure and a job for life is a good idea.
Stopping government labor unions from taking workers' money for politics without their permission makes sense.
Controlling spending to end state deficits and balance the budget is better than raising our taxes.
Having independent judges draw legislative districts instead of the politicians is better for us voters.
Let's face it, Sacramento is screwed up. Anything we can do to change it, I'm for.
Requerir que los maestros demuestren sus habilidades por 5 años antes de otorgarles trabajo de por vida es razonable.
Que los trabajadores den su consentimiento antes que los sindicatos utilicen contribuciones para fines políticos tiene sentido.
Es preferible controlar los gastos y balancear el presupuesto que aumentar nuestros impuestos.
Nos conviene que jueces, en vez de políticos, definan nuestros distritos electorales.
Nuestro gobierno tiene que cambiar. Vote sí en estas proposiciones.
California legislators have it easy. Because our legislators draw their own district boundaries, they virtually guarantee their re-election. That's not fair or democratic. Maybe that's why every single incumbent was re-elected last year. Think about it. They don't all get re-elected because they're doing a good job. Let's give our politicians a wake-up call. Support redistricting.
The public employee unions take our dues and spend it on politics
without our permission. It's wrong. We don't want our money used
for candidates and causes we don't believe in.
That's why we need you to vote yes on 75.
To change Sacramento and rebuild California.
Hi, my name is Margaret Fortune. I'm the former chair of the California Commission on Teacher Credentialing. That means there are teachers all over the state of California with my signature on the back of their credential, certifying that they're qualified to teach your student. Well, today I'm here to talk to you about Proposition 74. It's called Put the Kids First. And it's an apt title for a proposition that's intended to make sure that when school districts make a decision to give a teacher a permanent job, that they're making the right choice for children across the state of California. This proposition would do 2 things. First, it would say that we need more time before we make that decision. It's an important decision for kids. And right now in California, we give teachers a permanent job for life after 2 years in the classroom. Well, this would say, let's do it in 5. In addition, sometimes it becomes really difficult for school boards to release teachers, even if they have a track record of poor performance. This initiative says, my gosh, enough is enough. If there are 2 consecutive bad performance evaluations on a permanent status teacher, well, that becomes grounds for dismissal. And I'll tell you, as a former high school principal, that's fair. Our kids and parents are a lot less patient than the tenure system is when it comes to making sure that we have the highest quality teacher in the classroom. So I want to encourage you to go out and tell your neighbors and your friends to vote for Proposition 74. This is not a political issue, and it's not a partisan issue. It's a teacher quality issue. So please, support Prop 74 and put the kids first.
There was a teacher who verbally abused her students and showed R-rated movies. Because of tenure rules, she wasn't fired. The district paid her $25,000 to resign.
This is not a partisan issue. It's a teacher quality issue. Support Prop 74 and put the kids first.
Hi, my name's Dave Barkdahl. I'm a member of the California Correctional Peace Officers Association. This is my wife, Susan.
Hi, I'm a member of CTA, and I've been a teacher for 17 years. David and I are both voting yes on Proposition 75. We're tired of the union officials taking our money and spending it on candidates and causes that we don't believe in, and without our permission.
We feel it's necessary for us to take this stand so that the power can be returned to the people of California and do what is best for the people of California. Thank you for joining us in voting yes on 75.
Every incumbent legislator gets reelected every time. I can't get a job and they can't lose theirs.
I don't know about all these other propositions, but if the legislators hate Prop 77, I'm for it.
Proposition 77 lets an independent panel draw the district lines, not the politicians. And you get to vote on the final plan.
Prop 77 is a bipartisan reform endorsed by Common Cause and every major newspaper in California. Don't let the politicians fool you. Yes on 77.
Here's some straight talk on political reform. Politicians on both sides rig districts so they can never lose. Prop 77 changes that, so retired judges draw fair lines that you, the people, then approve.
Legislators draw their own districts so they can't lose. Proposition 77 has a bipartisan panel of independent judges draw district lines, not the politicians. And the people vote on the final plan.
Vote yes on 77.
¿Qué clase de California heredarán nuestros niños? ¿Qué clase de escuelas, carreteras, trabajos y cuidado médico? ¿Tendrán una buena calidad de vida? Para construir un porvenir para ellos, tenemos que empezar hoy mismo. Nuestros líderes necesitan enfocarse en el futuro y en reconstruir California para ellos. Vote sí en las proposiciones 74, 75, 76 y 77 para cambiar el status quo en Sacramento y reconstruir una California que beneficie a nuestros hijos.
Pay raises, pensions, taxes. The power of big government labor unions in Sacramento costs you plenty. Now they spend $80 million on negative attack ads to fight change and preserve their power. It's gone too far.
I want a big tax increase next year.
Sacramento doesn't spend nearly enough of my money.
Let's whack Prop 13.
Please, raise my taxes.
This is how Sacramento thinks we think. They need a spending limit. Say yes to 76. Say no to a tax increase next year.
2 years ago, you elected me to change Sacramento and to put California back on track. I've had a lot to learn, and sometimes I learned the hard way. But my heart is in this, and I want to do right by you. As your governor, I can tell you that reforming Sacramento is absolutely necessary to rebuild California. That is why this election is critical and the stakes are high. We will either shape the future or suffer it. Give me the tools to do the job you elected me to do, so we can build a better California.